I found the text on a Tuesday night, and in that instant, my world shattered like glass under a hammer. It wasn't just one message. It was an entire conversation, a secret life my wife, Emily, had been living right under my nose. "I'm just waiting for his inheritance. Then I'm yours," she'd written to her ex, Jason. Those words burned into my brain, each syllable cutting like a blade. I sat there, phone in hand, staring at the screen until my vision blurred, wondering how the woman I'd loved for 8 years had become someone I didn't recognize. Let me take you back. I'm Tom, 34 years old, a high school math teacher in a small town. Emily and I met in college, back when we were broke, hopeful, and always laughing over cheap cups of coffee at the campus diner. She had this light about her, that magnetic smile that made you feel like you were the only person in the world. We got married 5 years ago, bought a little house with a sagging porch, filled it with plants and dreams. Kids someday. Maybe a dog. Summer trips to the coast. Life wasn't perfect, but it was ours. Or, at least, I thought it was. The first sign something was wrong came about 6 months ago. Emily started staying late at her marketing job, saying she was drowning in a new campaign. I didn't question it. Why would I? She'd always been ambitious, and I admired that. But then the small things started piling up. She'd flinch when her phone buzzed, grabbing it before I could see. She started wearing perfume again, the same one she hadn't touched since our early days. Once, I caught her smiling at her phone in the kitchen, a soft, private smile I hadn't seen in years. When I asked who she was texting, she laughed and said, "Just a coworker, Tom. Relax." Her tone was light, but her eyes darted away. I'm not the jealous type. Never have been. But those little moments built up like stones in my chest until I couldn't ignore the weight anymore. I tried talking to her, asking if she was okay if we were okay. "Of course we are," she'd say, kissing my cheek with hands that felt colder each time. But her words sounded memorized, like lines from a play she didn't believe in. I started lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering why my marriage suddenly felt foreign. Then came that Tuesday. Emily was in the shower, and her phone sat on the kitchen counter, buzzing nonstop. I don't know what made me pick it up, instinct, maybe. Her lock screen was a photo from our honeymoon, us smiling on a beach. For a second, I hesitated. But then the phone buzzed again, and I saw the name, Jason, her ex from college. The one she swore she hadn't spoken to in years. I typed in her passcode, our anniversary, 0520, and there it was. A message thread stretching back months. I scrolled, heart pounding so hard it felt like it echoed in the walls. "Miss you," she'd written. "He's clueless," another said. And then the one that broke me. "I'm just waiting for his inheritance. Then I'm yours." My dad had passed a year ago, leaving me a sum of money we hadn't touched yet, meant for a new house, maybe to start a family. She knew it was coming soon, once the estate cleared. And there she was, plotting a future with someone else, as if I were nothing more than a means to an end. I don't know how long I stood there rereading those words, each one cutting deeper than the last. The shower stopped. I heard her humming, calm, unaware. Part of me wanted to throw the phone, to scream, but I couldn't move. Then she walked into the kitchen, towel wrapped around her hair, smiling. "Hey, babe. What's for dinner?" she asked, casual, like she hadn't just destroyed everything. I held up the phone, my hand trembling. "Care to explain this, Emily?" My voice was low, tight. Her face drained of color. "Tom, what? How did you?" she stammered, reaching for the phone, but I pulled it back. "Don't," I said sharply. "Just tell me, are you really waiting for my dad's money so you can run off with him?" Her mouth opened, then closed, like she couldn't find the right lie. "It's not what you think," she whispered, but her voice cracked. "Not what I think." I laughed bitterly. "You told him you're biding your time with me. You told him you miss him. What part of that isn't what I think?" She sank into a chair, covering her face. "I was just venting," she said weakly. "Jason and I have been talking, but it's not serious." I was upset, Tom. Things haven't been great between us. You know that.
Her words hit me like a slap.
Sure, things hadn't been perfect. We'd had our fights, quiet nights, but I thought that was just marriage. I thought we were still a team. Venting. I repeated, my voice rising. You call planning to leave me for my money venting? She started to cry big, shaking sobs, but they didn't reach me. I felt hollow, like something inside me had been scraped clean. I loved you, I said, my voice breaking. I gave you everything I had. She reached for my hand, but I stepped back. Tom, please, she whispered. I didn't mean it, I swear. But I was done. I grabbed my keys and walked out, the door slamming behind me. I drove for hours, no destination, just me and the ache in my chest. Every memory of us replayed, and I kept wondering which parts had ever been real. It's been 3 months now. I moved into a small apartment near the school. Emily's been calling, texting, begging me to talk, but I can't.
Not yet.
Maybe not ever. The inheritance came through last week. I donated half of it to a local kids' charity, just to make sure she'd never touch a cent. It felt good. Like I'd reclaimed a piece of myself. I don't know what comes next. Some days, I miss her so much it hurts to breathe. Other days, I'm just angry. At her, at myself for being blind. But mostly, I'm learning to live with the truth. The woman I loved was a story I told myself. And the real ending, the one I'm writing now, is still unfolding. Those texts, though, they'll haunt me forever. A reminder that even the ones you trust most can smile while hiding a knife behind their back.